everyone, it's SimLicy here. So today I have for you guys a new video, and this time it's actually kind of a special build because, I built this a couple months ago and I wasn't planning on sharing it to YouTube because, I just didn't think that the footage was very good. My game was being really laggy and I was having lighting issues while I was recording it, and I thought that it just showed up too much in the actual video. So yeah, I just wasn't very happy with it and got kind of frustrated. And, so I'm glad I did record it, and I'm glad that I already had it edited, and I'm glad that I saved it, because now that the holidays are over, I've been catching up on YouTube videos that I've been wanting to watch, and, I was watching Hatsu's series, The Kaliwell Estate, and realized that she used this castle in her second episode, so I was really excited about that, and I had no idea. She commented on it on the gallery, and I didn't see that until after I realized she used it, because I just haven't paid any attention to the gallery or my channel in a couple weeks, so I had no idea. So Hatsu, if you were watching this, thank you so much for using my build. It made my day. I'm so excited about it. I admire Hatsu so much as a builder. She's one of the best ever. Her Disney castles are amazing. They're so beautiful. So to have somebody that I really admire as a builder use one of my builds and like it, it's a really nice thing. So yeah, it feels pretty cool. But yeah, so hopefully you guys like this too. I'm trying to remember exactly what all I did because it's been so long since I built it. Kind of struggling to remember everything, and I'm also kind of out of breath, so I apologize for that. It takes a while to come back. I'm living in Montana, and I've complained about this a number of times. It's so cold here. It's -5 degrees out right now, and I just took my dog to the bathroom, and when it's this cold and you go outside for more than a couple minutes, it like sucks the air out of your lungs, and it makes me feel like I just went for a jog. Like, you get that kind of like cold, I don't know, when you exercise for a long time and you get that kind of cold kind of feeling in your lungs? That's what it just feels like just from going outside to take your dog to the bathroom. Like, it's no fun. I am so over this cold weather. Like, in a couple weeks we're moving back to California, and I am over the moon excited for it. Like, I think about it almost every second of the day. I can't wait till 60-degree winters and the beach and the sun, and it's the place for me, and I'm so excited. So yay! I want to celebrate all the time. But yeah, we're really excited about that. We just went there for Christmas. Actually, it wasn't for Christmas. We went there to my husband had to meet his new boss and had to view the facility that he's going to be working at, and we had to get a new place to live. So it was more of like a busy Christmas, but a good Christmas. I mean, it wasn't a very traditional Christmas or a Christmas that we would normally have, but gotta do what you gotta do. And 2017 is going to be a good year because we're moving back home. I mean, it's not like back home. We're going to be living in actually a town that we've never lived in, but we've both wanted to live there, and we both really like the area, but it's close to all of our friends and close to family, so we're really looking forward to it. And I think 2017 is going to be a good year. I'm going to graduate from college in the spring, and we're going to be living in a new place, and yeah, I'm really optimistic and happy about it, because 2016 was like such a crazy year. Like, we had to sell our home, we had to move 20 hours away to a town that we've both never been. My husband actually had to move us while I was away, so when I was done with field camp, I should probably explain that. For my degree, I had to do a 5-week field course, so I was gone for 5 weeks during the summer, and during that time is when he actually had to move us. And so when I was done with my field course, I moved here, and I'd never been here before. So I feel like that's kind of a unique situation to go move somewhere that you have never been before, but already lived there. Like, I was going home, but to a place I'd never been. It's super weird. Like, my husband was already like settled into our apartment, and he had it all decorated and our stuff up, and it was all of our things, but it was a place I'd never been. It was such a unique experience, and this last 6 months has been interesting, but we're both homesick and been homesick for a while, so it's we're glad we're going back, but it's been a good experience. And yeah, so looking back on 2016, it's just been interesting. We had sell our house, we had to move. I went to field camp, and field camp was grueling, but I feel like I learned a lot as a person doing it because it was a lot of work. It was like having, I don't know if they have like a finals. I'm sure they have finals week at every school you go to and in every country. Like it's the time of the semester or this time of the quarter where you put together all of your information and you're tested on it, right? So it was like that, but every single week for 5 weeks, while we had to hike several miles a day, sometimes like 10 miles a day, because my major's in geology, so we had to go out and collect field samples, right? So we're out there hammering away at rocks and scaling mountains and hiking and carrying these big heavy backpacks with several liters of water and lunches, and of course you're collecting samples, so you have like rocks in your bag too, which add on to the weight. And it was a lot of work. Like I knew it was going to be hard, but it was definitely harder than I think I thought it was going to be. But I mean, I survived, I passed, and it looks really good on my resume now. And it's because like I had to do it with a different school, so I did it with a better school than I was going to. So I don't know, it's kind of cool, but I'm definitely glad it's over with because it was a lot of work. But yeah, so I did that, and then we moved here, and then it just kind of slowed down, and I didn't know anybody, and my husband was working all the time, and I was taking a lot of classes online trying to finish my degree. And yeah, so I started my YouTube channel. So I just want to thank you guys so much for helping me get through 2016. And yeah, it's been cool. I almost have 100 subscribers now, and I really enjoy my channel, and I enjoy the people that I've met. It's been a cool experience, and yeah, not to sound all super sappy or anything, but yeah, I've really enjoyed myself, and hopefully I'll be able to do it for much longer, and yeah, keep building because I really do enjoy it. Yeah, so anyways, I forgot how hard it is to talk for this long. I haven't recorded in a couple weeks, and I feel like it's like a depreciable skill. Like kind of like goes away. It's like kind of just like you need to practice and you need to work at it every day. It's like a sport or something. Like you're not going to be good if you don't do it for a long time. It's like I am drawing blanks. But I guess I should probably actually talk about the build. So I built basements around the front of the castle to look kind of like a moat. But I think a moat has to go all the way around the castle, which this one kind of stops at the sides. And then I use those coffee tables and end tables that look like rocks and scaled them up to look kind of like a rocky cliffside inside the basement. And then I deleted the ceiling so it looks like it kind of was built on a cliff. So hopefully it looks like that. I mean, it's kind of a weird concept since we don't have terrain tools to kind of make it look like that, but I think it works out, especially when I have all the plants and it looks super overgrown. It looks a little bit better once I do that, I think. And then I use, oops, I just hit the microphone, I'm so sorry. I use bushes to do the ivy up the sides of the castle, and I wish I would have actually just used the real ivy. I used some real ivy, but I think I would have liked it better if I would have used the real ivy more, and then the flower boxes. I think that would have been a lot better because when you place this slot, even with move objects on, a lot of them do fall, and it just doesn't look quite the same as it did when I built it. So that's kind of annoying, but I mean, obviously you could go through there if you do decide to download this, which the link will be in the description. I always forget to mention that. The links are always in the descriptions if you want any of my builds, or my gallery ID is SimLicy, and also the hashtag SimLicy. There's lots of ways to find it. But anyway, so it's kind of annoying if, when you do download it, but you could easily delete all of them and just replace with real ivy, or just not replace it with anything. So yeah, that's the only thing I wish I would have done differently. But other than that, I think it looks really beautiful. It's super romantic, and the downstairs is like the actual wedding venue area with a kitchen and a bathroom. And then the upstairs is like the reception area with a bar and the tables, and there's presents, and there's like a guest sign-in book, and it looks really beautiful. So you'll see that in just probably like 10 minutes. I don't know, this video's, it's not too long. It's definitely not the longest one I've done, but it feels so long because I haven't done one in so long. But you'll see it mostly in the screenshots if you stay tuned for that, or if you just skip forward to it also. But yeah, so if you watch Hattie's LP, the castle will be changed a little bit because obviously she had to change it for her LP purposes to suit her needs. So it looks a little bit different, but it looks really good still. And she also uses the snow mod, and it looks really beautiful in that because like the white stones of the castle, I think it makes it look extra frosted and extra snowy. So and kind of extra cold. That was a lot of extras, but yeah, it looks really beautiful. I was like kind of in awe the whole episode that she was even using my build, so everything looked amazing to me. But yeah, so I just kind of went all crazy with the IV, and right there on that side little patio by the steps is where it falls the most. So if you do download it, a lot of them will fall right there and it'll block the steps. So you want to make sure that that's clear if you want your Sims to go out there in that little patio area. Because on one side I have the wishing well from is it Romantic Garden? Is that what the wishing well is from? Or is it from something else? Oh my goodness, I can't remember. But anyways, there's a wishing well on one side and then a chess table on the other side. So if you want your Sims to be able to get out there, then you'll want to make sure that those are removed. So since this castle is kind of a weird shape, the rooms inside are also kind of weird shaped, but Hattie redid the floor plan a little bit, and it actually works really well, I think. I mean, the kitchen's still narrow, as you'll see if you watch her video, but it's kind of just the nature of like those round rooms. It always like lends itself to have an awkward shaped rooms. So some of them are kind of narrow and yeah, just awkward, but your Sims can get everywhere. After I built this, I did play test it and adjusted anything that needed to be adjusted before I uploaded it to the gallery. So you shouldn't have any problems if you just want to leave it the way it is. But like the upstairs could be easily whatever. I got all tongue-tied. It could easily be changed around if you wanted different rooms up there. Like I thought that a photographer's booth would be really nice up here, but I just wish it was a little bit smaller because I couldn't fit it in anywhere. But yeah, so I'm just starting on the backyard now, or the back garden, and this is one of my favorite places in the whole castle because it's super lush and has the romantic garden fountain that they can play in back there, and there's a couple chess tables, and then a romantic sitting area, and I think I even put a child play set, like the monkey bars back there too. So there's lots of activities, and it looks super beautiful, especially if you look at it through the archway from the downstairs, and it's like overlooking the rest of the garden that's like, you know, the actual EA gardens. It overlooks that. It's a really beautiful view. I tried to get it in a screenshot, but couldn't quite get the right angle I was looking for, but it looks really nice. So yeah, I like those trimmed hedge bushes, it's like fountainy looking one, and the elephant. I like those a lot, so I put those in there because I think you would have to hire several people to take care of this garden, and it's probably take a lot of work. But anyway, so that's the little romantic sitting area, and I also go through and put a bunch of lanterns around too. Like I use real lights, but I use a lot of lanterns and candles in this build too. So if you wanted it to look a little bit more old, you could delete like the street lights and the lights on the outside that are real lights, and yeah, it'll look kind of old. And I definitely had to start saving a lot too because it was so laggy, and it's probably because of there's so many plants and stuff, and I don't have the best computer in the world. I mean, I build on my laptop, and it's not a very expensive laptop. It's a nice laptop though. It's new, but it definitely isn't a gaming laptop, and eventually I would love to buy one, but it's not on the top of my purchasing list right now, so it'll have to wait. But eventually it would be so nice to have either a nice desktop or a nice game laptop. I don't know. I like laptops though because I can move them about the house if I want to use it in bed, or if I want to watch TV, or if I want to sit at the table, like instead of just always sitting at the desk. But because we have a desktop right now, and it's nice, but it's just, I don't know. I feel like the game looks a little bit weird, and it's just, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it, and I don't think my husband is either. We'll probably end up getting rid of it, and eventually probably just buying one very nice computer or one very nice laptop. So we'll see. Hopefully we can do that sometime soon. Anyway, so I'm getting started on the downstairs, and I actually did this floor plan several times. So there were so many different variations of ways that I did it, but this is the best one I came up with to keep it as a wedding venue, and also so there was plenty of bathrooms. And yeah, so I mean, I think it works out. And so this is the bathroom, and on the other side there's going to be the exact same bathroom too. And I did the exact same decorations. It's just flipped to the other side. So there's going to be a lot of repetitiveness throughout this part of the video, but yeah, I thought that it made sense for it to be the same, because I think somebody would have came in and decorated it for for the wedding or for the wedding venue, and it would all just kind of look the same. And I did like a nice little vanity area. This was before Glamour Stuff Pack, so you could probably put a real vanity somewhere in here too if you wanted to, for the bride and the rest of the wedding party to get ready. But this is my little makeshift vanity, and I think it looks pretty cute. So I'm awing so much. I'm having trouble thinking of what to say since it's been so long since I've done this. So hopefully I'm not too annoying with my ums and my nasally from my cold and being out of breath from it being freezing outside. I'm just kind of a mess. But you'll also notice all the lighting issues that I was talking about. Like, it's probably because it's such a big build. Like, I was having extra glitches within my game. This was right after that update where everybody was having problems with their game. So it kind of just shows up even extra because of my computer, I think. But this is where I'm putting in the bar, and this is I think I said the garden was my favorite part of the build, but I think this might be my favorite part of the build. I don't know if I have a favorite. But so that long table, the two next to each other, is supposed to be for the wedding party. And then after I made the video, I went in there and decided to put a smaller one in between, thinking that that's where the wedding cake would go. So you'll probably see that in the screenshots. And then for some reason, the Christmas pack got deleted out of my game for some reason, or uninstalled. So I reinstalled it after I noticed, and then put some presents in there too. So there's wedding gifts, and then a sign-in table, and then there's another table in there without anything on it. And I thought that's where the wedding food would go. So like the chef would be downstairs preparing all the food, and then the food could get placed on the table up there, and all the wedding guests could sit up there and have their dinner and, drinks and probably listen to music. I think I put a violin and a microphone and a piano in this build. So there's a number of things for entertainment. But I think that's probably mostly downstairs. I might have put the violin upstairs. I can't remember. But yeah, so it's pretty symmetrical. I put the statues kind of mirroring each other, and then there's also the knight statues that I used too, and then the ottomans. So it's very symmetrical, but like I said with the bathrooms, I just felt like it'd just be decorated a certain way. So in some builds, I think the symmetry makes sense and it works. So yeah, as you can see, I just did those nooks the same. And then this is the awkward kitchen. I think I come back to it in just a few moments, and I realize how small it is, and I'm like, oh god, that's going to be such a pain to cram a kitchen in. But you pretty much have to have a kitchen in a wedding venue, because I mean, you can bake a cake and put it in your like inventory and then pull it back out, or in their what do you call that, is it called their inventory? Like, you have your house inventory and then you have like your personal inventory, right? So you put it in one of those, but it's kind of silly. It's nice to have somewhere to actually cook. And then also if you want to stay here a long time, you could probably put a bedroom in here somewhere too. And then you'd have a kitchen and bathroom and everything you need. You could stay here for a long time. But so this is where the actual wedding would happen, the ceremony. And so I'm just kind of getting this reorganized, and it turns out really nice. I think I ended up going with a blue carpet, and I think that looks really beautiful, and that kind of sets off a blue theme. Like, I was already using blue curtains, but then I start using some blue lanterns, and it matches, it ties in with the upstairs a little bit better, I think. And so you'll see me do that in just a moment. And then there's blue flowers as well. It's like a blue and white wedding. It's super, super pretty. My wedding was blue and white too, I think, with the green. I don't know. I didn't really have like a certain color theme, I guess. My bridesmaids wore blue, kind of like a Tiffany blue dresses, and then I wore white, of course. And then we had our bouquets had white and green, I think. And that was about it. Yeah, I don't know. I had an outdoor wedding. It was a country wedding, so it wasn't super formal. Like, this would have been very formal compared to my wedding, but I mean, our wedding was still really nice, and I loved it. We got married on my parents' farm outside, and it was everything I could have hoped to be, because it was super personal. Like, I had a lot of close people do things for the wedding. Like, my best friend, her mother sews, and she has sewed as long as we've been friends, and she's always making really beautiful things. So I asked her to sew my bridesmaid dresses. So she sewed my bridesmaid dresses, and then I had a childhood friend of mine do the photography, and then my brother-in-law, he hired somebody that was his friend to do more photography, and so we had two like old friends doing the photography, and then my mom's friend baked the cake, and then my mom and her friend did all the food, and it was just super personal, and I loved it. It made it really special, but it still looked really nice. Like, my husband was so surprised at how beautiful everything looked, because we tried to do it on a budget, and we tried to make it really personal, so it turned out really nice. And yeah, so it's a fun thing to get married. If you haven't got married yet, it's a fun day. It was like a big party with all your friends and family, because there's not very many occasions that you get together with all of your friends and family at the same time. Like, usually it's not always for like happy times, and so weddings are super special. I had just my 3 oldest friends my sister and my 2 oldest friends were my bridesmaids, and then I had new friends that came, and old friends, people I hadn't seen in forever. I had family fly in. It was such a wonderful time. Yeah. So, anyways, so this is the little kitchen, and I think it actually turned out pretty good. I mean, you have everything that you need. You have counter space, you have a refrigerator, you have a stove, and did I not put a sink in here? I may have not put a sink in the kitchen, or did I put one by the stove? I can't remember. There may not be a sink. Yeah, I think there might not be, but oh well. In that little room, I didn't know what to do with, so I threw in an ottoman and more of those statues, but I guess that's where you can put the sink if you need to. Oops. But I mean, there are 3 bathrooms, so you could use the sinks in there, I guess, but. And then I threw in another toilet over here too, because I just didn't know what to do with the space, and you could never have too many bathrooms, so that way there's one downstairs too, so I don't have to go all the way upstairs to use the bathroom, which is nice, because sometimes it can take a long time for your Sims, to run up and down the stairs, and it's like half a day, and they've, went to the bathroom, that's it. So yeah, but I had to readjust some of the bushes that I put up as the ivy, because they're poking through the walls a little bit too much, but for the most part, actually. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. So it's almost to the end of the video. My dog is staring at me. I think she has to go outside again. Unfortunately, I don't want to go out there. It's so cold. But yeah, so thank you again, Hatsy, so much for using my build. It means a lot to me. And thank you for my almost 100 subscribers, all 90, is it 93 or 95? I forget what it is exactly today. I think it's 93. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing to my channel. It means a lot to me. I have a lot of fun building, and I have a lot of fun sharing my builds too, so I really appreciate it. And I've enjoyed all the people that I've met. The community is so nice, and I'm looking forward to making more videos. 2017 is going to be a great year. So yeah, thank you again so much for watching, and hopefully you guys enjoy this build. And if you do download it and use it in your game, please let me know and send me pictures. I would love to see it. And yeah, stay tuned for the screenshots, and please leave any comments or suggestions that you have. Bye.